Namaste, myself Dr. Srishti Mehrotra Khanna. Today in this video I am going to talk about Dinacharya. It is made up of two words, Din and Charya. Din means day and Charya means activity. So day-to-day activity which we perform in our daily life is known as Dinacharya. In Ayurvedic medicine science, it is a concept which revolves around these cycles and planning our day-to-day activities around these cycles. It is beneficial for promoting our healthy life. What is the significance of this Dinacharya? Why it is important to practice Dinacharya? As we all know, Ayurveda, being the science of life, promotes preventive and curative aspects both. It aims as Swasthasya Swasthya Rakshanam and Aturasya Vikar Prashmanam Cha. That means to maintain the health of a healthy individual and to cure the disease of a diseased person. So, the various Ayurvedic preventive and curative aspects includes Dincharya, Ritucharya, Sadvritta, Achar Rasayana, Panchakarma therapies, Shaman Chikitsa, Yoga Upchar and Rasayana therapies. Out of all these preventive and curative aspects, lot of importance and emphasis is being given to Dinacharya. Why? Because Dinacharya is our daily activity. If our daily activity, our daily regimen is good, that helps in promoting health, then there are less chances of getting infected or getting any kind of disease in our body, because it will maintain the equilibrium of the doshas. In Ayurveda, it works on the principle of Yat Pinde Tat Brahmande. That means whatever changes are going out in the universe, similar changes are going out in the body also. That means one should plan their cycles, one should plan their daily activity around these cycles of nature. What is this nature cycle? This is Ayurvedic clock. In Ayurvedic clock, it is significantly told that there are Vata, Pitta and Kapha predominant phases in the daytime and in the evening time. So one should plan their daily activities according to these cycles of nature. Now, what is this cycle? This cycle is, as you can see on your screen, between 2 am to 6 am is known as Vata predominant phase in Ayurveda. The significance of this time is that in that particular time one should get up early and prepare oneself to attend the natural urges. One should eliminate out the toxins from the body. One should go and attend for urine and pass stool during this time. Then it will be easy, because it is the karma or the function of Vata which is responsible for these karmas. Then comes the Kapha dominant phase, that is between 6 am to 10 am. Between 6 am to 10 am, this Kapha dominant phase signifies that during this phase we should take a light breakfast and do some exercise, because at that time our energy is good and we can do some activities. So exercise should be done. Then comes the Pitta predominant phase. Pitta predominant phase is between 10 am to 2 pm. In this Pitta predominant phase, our energy is very high. As we all know, in the outside universe, the sun rises and the sun is at the peak during this particular time. So as the sunrise is in the peak during this time, similarly the metabolism of our body is also at the highest level during this time. So it is advisable to plan your action, to plan your day, to plan your work during this particular time. And it is also advisable to take your meals, lunch time during this particular time, because when we are taking the meals during this particular time, since our metabolism is at the good level, it will metabolize whatever we will eat and it will nourish our tissues much better. Then comes the evening phase or nighttime phase. As the changes are in the daytime phase, Vata, Pitta, Kapha predominant phases are there. Similarly, in the night time and in the evening time also, Vata, Pitta and Kapha predominant phases are there. as we all know, it is told that we should not have a heavy dinner. The concept of being this not taking heavy dinner during the night time is that during that time the metabolism gets slow. So it is advisable to take early dinner between 6 to 8 o'clock, and the dinner should be very easily digestible and light in nature. And then one should prepare oneself for sleep between 8 to 10 pm. This is the Ayurvedic clock which we all should ideally follow. Now, what things should be included in our Dinacharya? To start with, as I told, early to bed and early to rise. Because if we are having a good sound sleep, it promotes good immunity and prepare ourselves for the next day to do our activities. It gives us good energy. Then comes to attend the bowel, to empty our bowel, to attend to our natural urges like to pass urine and to pass stool, so as to remove the waste products from our body. Third comes the exercise. Exercise can be done in any form. It can be done in the form of walking, running, doing some yoga, some asanas, some pranayams, or Surya Namaskar. As we all know, in this present scenario of COVID-19, we are more restricted in the indoor activities. So it's good if we practice Surya Namaskar and do some pranayam. It will increase our lung capacity by improving the breathing technique. If we take pranayams, we clear our passages and it will improve our lung capacity. Fourth comes the steam inhalation. Steam inhalation is the need of an hour. In this present COVID-19 situation, we don't know that how long this pandemic is going to affect us. So it's better to keep ourselves protected and prevented from this disease as much as it is possible. For that very purpose, steam inhalation is very good thing to practice. It can be practiced twice in a day, and in some researches it has also been shown that if we practice steam inhalation, it affects the paranasal sinuses, on which specifically the COVID-19 virus is more predominantly sitting and affecting, and it weakens the virus, thereby reducing the risk of any infection. In Ayurvedic concept, it is told that by taking steam, it eliminates kapha, thereby cleaning the passage, and if the passage is clean, then there are less chances of any kind of infection. Then comes the nasyam. Nasyam is an Ayurvedic method, Ayurvedic procedure in which 2 drops of oil can be poured in both the nostrils. It is in Ayurveda, it is known as Pratimarsh Nasya. That is pouring 2 drops of anutelam or cow ghee in both the nostrils after taking steam. The purpose of this taking nasyam is to lubricate your channels so as to reduce any kind of infection risk. Then comes the food habits. Food habits, ideally one should practice a good fooding habits, because ultimately food is the only source by which we are getting the energy and nourishment to the tissues. So ideally what kind of food we should take? The quantity and quality of the food should be adequate. The quantity according to person can vary. One person can be satisfied with 1 chapati, then another person can need 3 chapatis as well. So it can be decided as per your individuality, but in a very vague terms, if we want to talk, then we can say that one should eat as per their hunger. If we are feeling hungry, that much only we can eat, and we should ideally eat only when we are feeling hungry. If we are not feeling hungry, it's suggestible to skip your meal. Then comes the quality of food. Quality of food depends upon how much light and easily digestible food we are taking, how much of junk food we are taking, how much of spices we are using. So adequately prepared food with adequate amount of spices and with proper lubrication is ideally, it should be taken ideally. It means food like moong dal, khichdi, jowar roti, or multi grains or whole grains, cereals. These should be taken more and should be taken in our day-to-day life. Apart from this, any kind of junk food, preserved food, refrigerated food should be avoided ideally. Lot of spicy food also should be avoided. Apart from this, cow ghee should be included in our daily food. Why? Because it improves the metabolism and it nourishes our tissues also. So it is very important to take cow ghee. Also, it is suggestible to take buttermilk because it improves digestion. And curd should be avoided, especially at the night time, and taking curd with salt should be avoided. Apart from this, hydration is very important thing that should be maintained. By maintaining optimum hydration, we help our body to eliminate the waste products through urine and sweat. So that should be maintained. So keeping all these factors in mind, we should plan our day-to-day activities. Apart from all these things, there are various medicinal herbs which can be used. There are various kind of medicines also in Ayurveda which can be used, like Amrutavati, Giloy, Ashwagandha. We have heard about all these medicines a lot nowadays. So we can use these medicines, but it's better to seek the advice of a doctor before taking these medicines. Also, judicious use of spices which are available in our kitchens, like cumin seed powder, pepper powder, honey, tulsi. These things can also be used in our day-to-day activities because they have multiple medicinal benefits. Also, it is suggestible to take milk medicated with turmeric, as it has anti-inflammatory properties and it is a good source of protein also. It is beneficial for our bones and for nourishment of our tissues. Apart from this, Chyawanprash is also a medicine which can be used in our day-to-day life. As we all have heard about Chyawanprash, it is a good source of vitamin C as it is prepared from amla, and it has multiple antioxidant and rejuvenating properties. So it can be taken. Ideal time to take Chyawanprash is in the morning time. Empty stomach, you can take it with warm milk as well. Apart from all these things, we all know that we are living in a present scenario where it is very difficult to maintain a good lifestyle. So I would suggest that one should follow the Dinacharya as much as they can, but if we are doing in some working in some night shift, then it is suggestible to take some kind of extra precautions or some kind of compensatory things like Abhyanganam, or take some detoxification procedures, or take some Panchakarma procedures, so as to compensate the vitiated doshas which is being vitiated due to the incorrect lifestyle. So plan your activity accordingly and stay safe, stay healthy. Sukhino Bhavantu.